Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of this Crooked Little House. Today is October 8th, and I am sitting here in the outdoors in Ketchum, Idaho at our campsite. Today is exactly 1 month since we left on our adventure, and we are having a great time. So I thought, since it was such a beautiful day, and since I like to be outside, that this was the perfect place. So Michael is out getting some water for me to do laundry, and he's probably stopped along the way to take some photographs as well. I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring you up to date on what's going on. So just in case you don't know, my name is Sashka, and you can find me everywhere: Ravelry, Twitter, Instagram as SashkaKnits. And we have a little Ravelry group called My Crooked Little House. So I'll put a little thing in the show notes. Please come on and join if you haven't already, and give us some love. So unfortunately, my website got lost somewhere, and I haven't had enough internet access to retrieve it, but I think we've solved our internet problems. We have got a hotspot, so I'm going to try to, here's my husband back, so in case you hear some noise, that's him. So I'm going to try to retrieve the website and hopefully haven't lost all of my blogs and everything, but for the time being, the website is not there. So hopefully I can bring that back and I'll let you know. So Ketchum, Idaho. Wow, this is a great place. We came here because we actually came into the United States through Montana, and we went through Idaho, and I was researching places to go, and it just happened to be this weekend is the Trailing of the Sheep Festival. And I'm like, wow, I have to go to that. So I sent the website to my husband, and he's like, wow, that sounds like a lot of fun, because there's a lot of stuff, going on with the festival. And so that's why we came here. But when we got here, we discovered that there is a lot going on. This is a fabulous little town. So Ketchum is part of the Sun Valley, and it's apparently, I did not know this, but the first ski resort town in, I don't know where, America maybe, or maybe the whole world. But anyway, it's also the place where Ernest Hemingway died. In fact, he committed suicide here because he had a lot of ailments and injuries, and he lived here for a while. So his gravesite is here, as well as his home. So there's quite a lot going on. A lot of stuff about Ernest Hemingway, and my husband being a writer and me being a reader, that is of great interest to us. There's bike trails, there's hiking, there's so much to do here. So I think we're going to stay here for quite a while. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we got here and we pulled into the campsite and we're like, this is so wonderful. So just absolutely fabulous. And then I think I'll probably podcast next week while all the Trailing of the Sheep stuff is fresh in my mind, and let you know all about that. And hopefully I will have some acquisitions to show you. So in the last little while, my little group has grown. I sent out some invitations. I'm really shy about promoting myself, and I think that's not really good if you are actually trying to promote yourself. But I decided to, and thank you everyone who joined the group, and thank you everyone if you're a new viewer, if you're watching for the first time. If you're not watching, you're missing out, I guess. So I've just decided to go with it. I've been kind of toning down my personality. I'm actually a bit of a whack job. And anyway, people, I can be a bit, I don't know, sometimes I say things just come out of my mouth. I don't know where they come from. But I'm not going to anymore. I'm just going to be myself. And hopefully that's, I mean, the one person who watches me, Mom, hi. Actually, I don't even think it's my mom who's watching me. But whoever it is, if you like the old me, then sorry. I'm just going to go back to being, I'm just going to be me. So, anyway. So, I promised my husband I'd keep this short, because he's the one who edits this. And I did promise. Like, sometimes I say things and I don't promise. I just say, yeah. And then I don't really mean what I say I'm going to do. And he's okay with that. But I did actually say, okay, I promise. So I'm gonna do that. So knitting. I have some finished objects to show you. So the first one is I made a washcloth. I actually went shopping with my granddaughter for this yarn. It's just Bernat Handicrafter cotton. I have not woven in the end, so it's not actually finished, and I hope you can see this. I might put it up against something. So my granddaughter is also a bit of a freak. We're all kind of weird in my family. She likes to be clean, and when she eats, she likes to have a moist face cloth so she can clean off her hands and her face. So I like to make them for her. So I found this pattern. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? It is, you can see it, yay! It is a cat. She loves cats. She has a cat. Her cat's name is O'Malley. She calls him Mally, because that's what she could say when she learned her name. So it used almost exactly one ball, and I will see if I can find the name of the designer, because I only printed out the chart. Elaine Fitzpatrick. So Elaine Fitzpatrick, thank you for a wonderful pattern. It's free. She also has lots of other patterns of animals, and I will go and get some more to knit for her. And it looks a bit, my stitches are actually quite uneven. I have not blocked it. As you can see, they're uneven, and that is because I'm practicing my continental knitting. And I thought this was great. It has seed stitch on the border. I am actually really fast English style knitter, but when it comes to like ribbing or changing in between knitting and purling, when English style, it takes a long time because you have to move the yarn all the way from the back to the front. So I'm going to practice continental knitting on the washcloths. And actually what I've started doing in a lot of projects is I will continental knit on the knit side and use my own deviation of English style purling on the back side. But I'm really concentrating on learning this until I can get an even tension in both so that I can combination knit. So I'm very happy with this, and I think that Penny will be very happy with it as well. So that is going to be off in the mail to her just as soon as I sew in the threads. It'll probably go with her Valentine card. So that is one finished object. And, excuse me, in my cat bag Sewn by Lindsay, I have some socks. These are vertically stranded socks that were in the Vogue Fall, Vogue Winter. Anyway, I didn't put it on the sock blocker to show you, so yes, you can see I finished the first of two. The reason I didn't is because all of the party is on the front of the sock. It was not hard to do. So if you want something fun to do that looks fabulous and like you really know what you're doing, I recommend this sock. It has a gusset, a flap and gusset, and the heel flap is done in garter stitch, and it's really, really comfortable. The sock is a bit long for me, so it's a bit, but it's got garter stitch at the top, which is a really good thing, because then it's not too tight. So I think if I was recommending this to anybody, I would actually make the garter stitch section with more stitches, and then decrease down when you start the patterning. So pretty happy. So the yarn I'm using for this, I bought it on the holidays from, let me find the tag, hope I haven't lost it. Have I lost it? Have I lost it? No, I haven't. Here it is. This is the dye guy. He is in Jordan Station in Ontario, and I like to buy local yarn when I visit, so I was there in May. He is the Fiber Garden on Ravelry, and I'll make a link. And this is called Saki Taki. It's fingering weight. Obviously, it's 80% merino superwash, 20% nylon, and the color is loaded hot dog. So it is 426 yards, 389 meters to 115 grams. And his shop, if you get there, is just jam-packed. It's super cute and tiny, and it's got fiber and yarn, but it also has a website, which is fibergarden.ca. So go there. Go there. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, I have to tell you. So I knit the face cloth using my interchangeable straights, my Hiya interchangeable straights. And I left them in here because I wanted to show them to you. So this is them. Basically what it is, I had to order them from the UK because I could not find a supplier in Canada or the US. So you use what you already have, if you have them, interchangeable circular tips. And you get a series of tubes so you can make your straights longer, and they screw into the tips, and then you get these ends for them. So you can make them long as you want, and you can use your tips. And I love Hi-Hias. I think they're my favorite needles, and this is the first time I've used them. I think that Jolie from Jolie's Kitchen did a review on them, and then I hunted them down, as I do. And I love these, and I will do small projects. I'll usually use circulars, but I will do small projects on these, so I really love those. Okay, so works in progress. I have really not had as much time to knit as I thought I would, but I've been concentrating mainly on 2 projects. This one is mostly at nighttime knitting. Isn't that pretty? Look at the way the wind blows it around. Oh, that looks so pretty. This is called Willow. It's by Nancy Marchant. The pattern is in a book called what's it called? Fresh two-color brioche, I think. I'll put the link in it. The pattern is linked in my project. So this is where I ended the last time I podcast, and this is where I've got. So you really have to concentrate. So I have lifelines every 12 rows. So when I finish the next 12 rows, I'll take this one out and sew it in. I am knitting these on my Hiya Sharps US 7 4.5 millimeters. And I am using Debbie Bliss Party Angel is one color, and I'm using Drops Kid Silk. So this is Super Kid Mohair and Silk. Isn't that beautiful? And this has glitter in it. Can you see? And it is Super Kid Mohair Silk and metallized polyester, which must be the glitters. I love this. So I'm almost halfway done. So these are the first two balls. And I love this. I was so afraid to knit with mohair, like petrified, and I was so afraid of brioche, like double petrified. And I do admit I had to rip it out twice at the beginning, and at the very beginning there's a couple of mistakes, but I am so in love with this. It's not itchy. It is soft as a feather. It's gorgeous. So I love this. You're going to see a lot of this because I don't work on it. I might get 12 rows done in a week, so and I'm going to make more of her patterns. Her patterns are so well written, and she explains so well, even I can do it, so I really, really love it. So the very last work in progress is a design. So I've been really inspired. So I think getting away from home and just being out and on the adventure and being in places like this, like, look, this is amazing. Like, it's just fabulous. Like, I'm surrounded by bluebirds, blue jays, chipmunks and squirrels, hopefully not bears, but it's just gorgeous here. And the creativity has just come back, and my design mojo has just come back. Like all the stress of work and getting ready to go and everything. So I'm making a sweater. I've designed it. It's for children. I think it's size 2 to 12, and I'm using, let me find a tag. It's a DK, and this is a cotton acrylic superwash, and I'm using Sirdar calico. So this is what it looks like in the skein. It is super soft and cuddly, and I've got the whole body done, and I'm just going to show you a bit, like, because it's got a secret squirrel surprise design feature. So it's got stockinette, it's got cables, it's got garter. I'm knitting it in the round. So I've gone knit in the round, I divided for the sleeves, I've done some neck shaping, and I did a 3 needle bind off for the shoulders. So I'm probably going to do the neck treatment now, and then I will do the sleeves, and then it'll be done. So I'm super excited about this one, and I have plenty more designs that I'm swatching for. So this is what I've primarily been working on while we're driving because it's pretty mindless. And I do have another design, but I have not really done a lot of knitting on it. I've shown it, I think, since the very beginning of time, but so I'm not going to show it if I haven't shown a lot. So spinning. So I'm going to be spinning this, which is some Romney that I dyed at Olds, and I think I'm going to separate it and do it as a gradient. My husband just gave me the hurry up signal, and I don't have very much left to talk about. So anyway, I'm going to spin this while I'm here just because I mean the whole sheep thing, right? And since I dragged my spinning wheel all the way in the back of the truck along with me, I should use it, right? And I do also have some acquisitions. So when we were in Fernie, which is in Alberta, which is coincidentally another ski town, which, if it didn't snow all the time, I would live there. I'm sorry, my husband just corrected me. It's not in Alberta, it's in BC, but it's very close to Alberta. So anyway, we went to the Heaven Boutique, which is a combination clothing consignment store, yarn store. And it was really, really neat in there. And she had some yarns I'd never seen before, but I limited myself to one yarn. Sorry, I'm watching my husband drag this entire dead tree out of the back of the truck, which I think is going to be our firewood for tonight. So I found this. It's from Brazil and it's mercerized cotton. It's called Anne. And it came in all these beautiful, clear Mexican colors. Well, actually it's from Brazil, so I'll say Brazilian colors. These weigh 150 grams each. I weighed them because it doesn't tell you on the ball band. Please put the weights on the ball bands, yarn companies. It makes it so much easier. But there's 547 yards and 500 meters, which is a lot. So I bought this beautiful orange but not too bright orange. I bought this pale turquoise. I bought this raspberry. And I bought this yellow. So here's them all together. And tell me what you think. Because doesn't that look like a tropical drink fest? I love this. What do you think? I'm going to make some coring, stripy something, maybe crocheted. I don't know. It's going to be design, but I love it. And then, this is not yarn, so it's not cheating. I also bought this. It is a ball of puff. It's a faux fur pom-pom. It's fabulous. I want it. I mean, okay, so we're going like south for the winter, but I bought a pom-pom to make a wool hat. Anyway. And last but not least, okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Open them. Okay, I am naming this Phyllis. I saved this, okay? I can't even say I bought it because it only cost me $1. I bought this giant cone of unknown whatever it is at a thrift store. Look at it. It's dirty on the outside. It's not, I don't think it's knotted, but it's all, it's single ply. I can't get into the bottom of the cone to see what it is. So I'm going to skein this off and wash it, and it'll probably go into a weaving project. And you can see it said 50 cents. I don't know if you can see that. It said 50 cents, but when I went to pay, it was half price day. So this cost me 25 cents. So I figure it was not a huge investment. So Phyllis, as in Diller, as in crazy hair. So anyway, last acquisition, which, anyway, so that's all I have to share. Next time, I'll tell you about the trailing of the sheep, and hopefully it will be just as beautiful, and I'll be able to sit outside and talk to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please join me again next time, and come on and join us in the little group. It's growing, and when we hit the secret magic number that I haven't told anybody about, I have a surprise for all the group members. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.